So, welcome to latest episode of DIY Toycast. I guess your host Gordon, here with my co-host Brett, and we're joined by our good buddy Brandon, who is reporting not live, but having been. Geez, it was this last weekend, right? That you
Yeah,
were
it
at
was this last
Legion's
weekend.
Con. Yeah. So we neither Brett nor I could make it. I've gotten the chance to go last year, and it was pretty incredible to see, you know, the DIY scene that's really part of the Four Horsemen sort of fan base, and then they also have a entire sort of room of the con set up now that's all the bios makers who, Brandon, Brett, and myself are all into collecting their stuff. So, uh, Brendan, I'm going to kind of just like kick it
Yeah,
off to you
I
and
got
let.
you because so I mean first of all, it was pretty awesome because I wasn't intending to go to Legion's Con this year,
Oh,
but Brett was in my ear every day. You should go to Legion's Con. He
Well,
was
you're
like, you
right
should
there.
definitely
I
go.
mean, it's not that far for you. Just go.
Right?
had
He was like,
nothing
you
to do
should
with
go.
going and like grabbing us the Bios exclusives that were there.
Right?
No, it
Yeah,
had nothing to do with you being our mule. Not at
right.
all.
Yeah, nothing. He was like, just go. It looks so awesome for you. And he
Yeah.
was like, but if you go, you should pick some things up for me.
Yeah. We needed a live field reporter.
Yeah. But nah, it was as a first time experience, it was pretty amazing. Like definitely like the crowd itself is like super passionate, and you can see like everyone's there for that. And but like, yeah, like you were saying, they have this gigantic room, and it's just endless tables of customizers that have like fantastic creations, whether it be head sculpts, armor, whole new figures, like kit bashing figures together, repainting their own models. Like it's pretty insane the amount of things you see, like 3D painted, handmade, from dioramas to figures themselves. It was a pretty like crazy experience walking that whole thing. I think I was there walking around for like 5 hours,
Well,
like five,
yeah.
yeah,
So,
5 6 hours, just walking around and kind of like taking it all in, chatting it up with all the awesome people there. I try to like pick everyone's brain who was like a painter and stuff too, just kind of ask them questions as they were vending and stuff. So that was pretty cool.
that's
um
awesome.
yeah, it was insane. Hitting GlideCon, I got to see some familiar faces,
Hmm.
that was another thing too. But yeah, the customization aspect on everything was pretty insane, and it was definitely like inspiring in terms of like, painting up like Legion's head sculpts and like kind of trying to make your own character and things like that. Like it was definitely like a next level type of aspect when it comes to it.
It's awesome. And when I went, like, I would not consider myself a Legions collector so much. I have probably like three or four. I like fantasy designs, as we discussed in our last episode, but they're big, and I'm rapidly running out of space. But you know, even if I didn't like want to get any of the new Legions figures, which I know a lot of people were there, just doing what you did, Brandon, of walking the floor and basically talking to everybody who I can about, how did you make this like cape? Or like, what do you use to make this dio? Or like, holy shit, you put LED lights inside this thing's head
Yeah.
and it's like lighting up with a flame effect. Just like every kind of cool, customization that you could think of, there's probably someone doing it.
Yeah, there was pretty much literally everything you can think of in terms of dioramas. Like there was a dude. I mean, sadly, I can't remember the names of everybody. He made a bunch of dials with like crazy water effects,
Okay.
and like whether it be a fountain, whether it be like a blood fountain, things like that. And that
Mhm.
was pretty cool to see because he did everything with like a hot glue gun
Oh,
that
that's
Wow.
looked like,
amazing.
yeah, that looked like realistic water, and he had like splash puddles and like everything. So that was pretty cool to see. I was like, that's insane because like the water was floating too. So like
That's so
so that
sick.
that was pretty awesome to see. Yeah, I mean, like yourself, I haven't been a big Mythic Legions collector.
Mhm.
I think before went now, I think I had a total of maybe 5 or 6, and then I came back with an extra like 7 or 8.
Yeah, so you actually doubled it in a matter of
Yeah,
6 hours. Not bad.
there
I
you go.
mean,
Yeah,
walking around and like again seeing how pumped everyone there is for, like it's hard not to walk away with
yeah.
something. But also like one of the coolest things that's just happened recently is the Infinite Faden figure, which was sculpted by one of the four horsemen for Onell. And so like yeah, we all got ours.
Yeah, represent. Yeah.
And so I feel like it's a very cool crossover piece, and like clearly they're sort of kindred spirits in like their aesthetics for like an old fantasy shit. Like, Matt and Marcus have skeleton and like their fantasy characters, as well as like all of the sci-fi stuff in sort of the mainline 1L universe, which works great with the Four Horsemen's Cosmic Legions stuff.
That's true. Yeah, and one thing that I like too is they did that little collab with the Faden. So this is the scaffold
Yeah.
colorway, and then obviously this is this is
EOG.
it there. This is
Nice.
the event exclusive.
Oh, dude, look at all those potions and the dagger. My man is
Yeah.
armed to the teeth. I love the spell
Oh
effect
yeah,
too.
that's
And one of
crazy.
the advantages of those of the like 7-inch scales, you can do really nice looking soft goods.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the soft goods are insane on these.
Like
But
I have this Cosmic Legions figure with I stuck a bitfig on the
Oh,
communicator.
hell yeah.
So
that's
the
That's
little
the best use
ports,
for them.
well, the ports they're pretty close to size of like a Glyos peg. Um,
Right on.
So I don't think it's not 100% fit. So like there's the standard like little planet thing that it comes with. But if you have a switch pin and then stick it in your bitfig in the bottom of it, that lets you plug them in. And I really like, the like pixelated look.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
that's
It's
amazing.
it
I
sort of
think
works
that's
for
way
all
better.
the
Just
Yeah, get that
having
little
it,
planet out of there. That's crap.
right?
Yeah.
Get that.
Bit fix for life.
yeah.
Yeah, I also came back with a bunch of those because Brett put
I
me onto those.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
that's yeah. I was like, yeah, let me know what this Bitfigs exclusives are. I was like, I'll hold off for now. And then you just
Yeah.
came back with an army of them. They're so good, man. They're my favorite. I really hope Marcus gets Wave 2 going for the fantasy series.
Yeah.
Did he have any of the resin ones at the show, Brandon?
Not that I noticed.
Okay.
I know he had those sets of like the in bag ones and in box ones,
Yeah.
and then a couple loose ones as well.
Okay. Yeah. Because when I was talking to him geez, I don't know if it was the first Twin Pizza Con I was at or the second one. He had the resin for Wave 2 shown. And it's a treasure chest, a mimic, a goblin, a dwarf, and I think a ghost. I think that's it. But yeah, the Wave 2 looks really good. I really want the goblin and the dwarf, so I hope he gets those made.
Yeah, that mimic sounds awesome. I'm a big mimic guy.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
I love mimics. Yeah,
yeah, me
but
too.
yeah, one of the I actually bought like a pre-painted hex sculpt from. I believe his name is Hondax Customs.
Okay. Oh,
This
check that out.
yo, this head sculpt is insane. Like,
Oh
That's
wow,
one of
those
the
huge braids
yeah.
on the
yeah,
beard.
Yeah,
it's
I think
insane.
that's supposed to be a dark iron dwarf from WoW because they have the
Yeah,
flaming beards and the gray
it,
skin.
it reminded me of that or like a Duragar. So
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I
yeah.
thought that was pretty awesome. So then I literally bought a dwarf body because I didn't have the rest of it. So
Yeah, you
then,
can't just have a head.
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, that was awesome. Like that skill level there was
Mhm.
just like wow, like this is pretty insane,
Well,
like
and I feel like the fantasy theme, it probably pulls in a lot of people like you, Brandon, who were into D&D and painting minis. And then they're like, oh, maybe I can do a head. And then they're like, wait, I can like pull off all the armor pieces, swap them around. It's very easy to, do like a little customization, sort of like with Glyos, where you're just part swapping with
yeah,
the Four Horsemen figures, and then you're like, okay, I can do a custom head. Now I'm going to figure out how to do like a cape. Now I need to figure out how to make like scenery or a dio.
Exactly. Like that's one thing I like too. There was just even like they were just selling like regular like pop and swap figures, and they were actually like really cool combinations, things like that. That even if you're not someone who fully customizes with like paint or anything like that, you can still pop and swap their figures and pretty much have like a whole brand new figure.
Mhm.
Like their one of their other like event figures, which was the Revenant.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, he actually came with a bunch of like accessories and extra body. I think like three extra heads or stuff like that. So I guess kind of like push the whole pop and swap factor so you can make multiple figures and like mix and match all of them like that.
Yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
it's just like when L does their stuff. So like, with the same body with Infinite Fate, and by having three different heads, you get three different distinct
Exactly. Yeah.
characters.
But overall, the experience is definitely insane. Like it's a lot to take in, and it's just like you don't really get any like bad vibes or like the experience from all the vendors there. They're all really nice. There's no like kind of just will stare at you as you like walk around type of vibe. Like everyone's
Yeah, it's not
super.
like a seller's convention where they're just
Yeah,
like buy
exactly.
something or leave. Yeah.
Yeah, it's everyone's super interactive. Everyone will ask you like, are you new here, first time here, and just kind of like give you the layout of it, what you should check out and stuff like that. So that was pretty awesome to check out. And then on top of that, Glycon, I got to pick up some of those little paleo lords.
Oh yeah. Those look so good. I cannot wait for Dan to release that on
Friend of the
Kickstarter.
pod,
Yeah,
Dan.
friend of the pod, Dan Suarez of Paleo Lords.
And then this was one he was giving out at Legion's Con if you
That's so
attended.
cool. So he was just giving that away with a purchase?
You kind of just grab them. Like, no, they were just there.
What the
he,
fuck? Unreal.
he was like
This sounds like the
yeah.
best convention ever.
Yeah, we
He
got
was
to
like,
get you
feel
there.
free to take one. He was like, yeah, feel free to take one, and I was like, oh. So then I went with a couple other people, and they all took a bunch too. So
Mhm.
now I have an army.
Yeah, not bad. Oh god, I would love Legion's Con.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
you got to go out there. Like,
Yeah, I think that would actually be really fun if we got all the boys together to go out for the weekend and we just get an Airbnb. That'd be so fun.
that'd be crazy. We have empty wallets, but a lot of fun.
yeah.
I I think I could contain myself because I'm not a big 12 inch 6 inch guy. So I think I could really like hold off, But I mean I'm sure I'd come back with something, but most of it would be from Vicon.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, to me, it's like for when I went, it was a perfect like research trip. It's like what I wish, you know, I
A
would get from
research trip. Yeah.
like an actual professional conference. Like I don't
Yeah, this
I
is
don't
this
feel
is a
like I get a lot
development
of.
this is a development conference.
Right.
Well, but like yeah, you learn all the cool like tricks and stuff that different people are using to make their
Oh,
own
sure.
things, and then you come back with an idea of a project you want to try.
Right. Yeah, no, that's good thought. And the community, like you were saying, Brandon, like I've from what little I've interacted with them, just the Four Horsemen when I've seen them at Toy Pizza Expo and stuff, they're so nice to talk to, and they're so appreciative of your time, which is like odd because those guys have been talking to how many people that are so much more talented than me, and I'm showing them ooze clops, and they were all hyped up about this big ooze monster. So yeah, it
Yeah,
seems like a really good group of people that would put a convention together.
yeah, it definitely like I didn't sense any like negative vibes. Everyone like everything was organized. Like it didn't seem disorganized at all. Like the lines for whether you were going to the Four Horsemen store
Mhm.
or whether you were gonna do the Legion's Armory, like all the lines were like pretty like they were super long, but they were like super organized. No one was like in the way, and like everything was pretty set. Like
That's good.
So have you
yeah.
been to other big cons like New York Comic Con or any of the other like
Yeah, I've gone to New
pre-pop
York
stuff?
Comic Con, Toy Con, like
Okay.
toy shows, a bunch of stuff. You know, tabletop cons, things like that.
Yeah, so
Um,
you've seen sort of the range of things from events where it's just, I don't know, big corporations there to
yeah,
like push product or you know, like I to me like there's an attraction to small toy shows where people are like selling vintage stuff and you know can go digging through bins of like dusty old figures and
yeah,
find
Oh
cool
yeah.
shit. But like for Legion's Con, it's very much about like, making cool custom shit based off the Four Horsemen stuff.
yeah. And that's one thing too is like I was going to tabletop cons for a while, and now the
Okay.
atmosphere there is amazing. Like
Mhm.
super friendly. You know, it's just board games everywhere, and everyone's got that same passion.
Yeah.
And like when I compared it to like cons that I've gone to for toys specifically, which I guess were heavily just vendor, you know, people just
Yeah.
selling stuff. I like it kind of put me off of like toy shows like that,
Mhm.
to where I didn't really want to go to them because it was like I'll go and just get stared at,
Yeah.
you know, or like I'll try and make conversation and I'll just get hit with the price and that's it, you
Right.
know.
Oh man.
Yeah, so I'm just like, okay, like so, but going to Legion's Con and like, you know, like I asked, you know, whether you ask like, oh, how much that is or like anything, it's not just a price, it's like a whole combo, and it was great. You know, it was like, oh, like this, and this about it, or like just actual conversation that the person's enjoying the fact that you're there and you're checking out their booth. You know,
Yeah,
like
and like I feel like that's what I don't know, convention should be. Like if you're going through the pain in the ass of like getting on the train or going in a car to some place to meet up with a bunch of people, like there should be some human interaction.
yeah,
If I'm just gonna sell shit, I can do that online and like it's way
exactly,
more
yeah.
convenient.
Yeah, that's what I always thought too, you know. So that's why like seeing like Legion's Con and having that whole like experience, even if you didn't buy anything, that person was like happy that you stopped by there, and you know,
Totally.
like you didn't just get the side eye that you didn't buy anything, you know. So it was pretty awesome experience in a sense. So it definitely gave me more of like, you know, maybe I'll check out other toy shows and see like how they are. Maybe it's not just like the ones I've gone to, or a couple more that people have recommended to check them out and see if they have that same vibe and stuff.
Yeah, we should get you up for the 413 show that Brett came to because like that was
It
very
was a good
much
time.
a similar vibe of, mostly people were there to kind of like hang out with the other makers. And, everybody was happy to just talk about the stuff that they had brought, whether or
Oh
not people
yeah.
were buying it.
Oh yeah, it sounded cool from what you guys told me, and that'd be something definitely I'd want to check out too. You know, so
Yeah, that was a really good show. I mean, that really was like my first giant exposure to getting soft vinyl in hand and being around it. I mean, there was a good bit of it whenever we were at Five Points, obviously,
Right.
last summer, but we were mostly in the Toy Pizza area, and Five Points was just cratered with all that terrible rain. So it wasn't like
Yeah.
I wasn't doing much exploring.
that's true. That's true. They were drowning in mud too. So.
Yeah, we were kind of blessed to be huddled into the Toy Pizza kitchen area.
Well,
But
speaking
yeah,
of vinyl, actually, my buddy Logan, I think is going to be doing a release of his guy. He calls this Reggie. Um,
Oh, yeah, Reggie looks like a cool guy.
I think he's going to be doing another drop somewhat soon. He's in Japan right now, so he might be doing like a show there. But if you go to, I'll put it in the show notes. But if you go to welovereggie.com, he like posts updates about stuff there.
oh,
And
that's pretty awesome. It's got a soft goods little
yeah,
cloth.
so a lot of the old like I guess like 70s or 80s Common Rider things would have a little cloth scarf like that. And so that's sort of where the idea came from of doing a little bandana on it.
Oh, that's
Excellent.
pretty cool.
Does the mask come off, or is that just a separate
Yeah,
piece?
and so, similar to like the idea of the Fadens, you know, by having just a mask swap, doing different
Oh, that's
colorways, you
pretty
can
cool.
get different characters. And
Oh, that's
so
so cool.
he'll be, I think, debuting a new mask with this latest drop. But I think there's something like there's four ones that I have. So there's like a skull mask that goes with the devil one, and then there's like a zombie mask that goes with this bat one.
Oh, cool. And
Pretty
do they
cool.
just plug in, or are they magnetic, or?
Yeah, so it's like most soffit joints, and you can maybe see it through. With this one, you just heat up the head with like a blow dryer, and
Okay,
then
you
there's a
just pop it
plug.
up.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's so cool. Yeah, one of us needs to get some vinyl done sooner than later.
I think you should do that.
Yeah, that's probably going to be me. So I think so. Probably get some of those little oozes with hopefully Mosquito Toy Works sooner than later.
Yeah.
That'd be
No.
pretty cool to see. I'm not too into like vinyl like that. I think the only vinyl that I ever like picked up was the toy pizza ones. So that was
Mhm.
kind of like my first introduction into that, which are
That's a
pretty
hell
cool.
of that's a hell of an introduction.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, do
I
you have
got.
Hob?
Well, yeah, I do
Yeah.
have the
So
little
there you
hub. Yeah,
go.
there you go. But it was definitely toy pizza that introduced me to like what vinyl and
Mhm.
Sofubi are. So
Yeah.
I know I have like I have the one Nikki cut like did a special one from one of the toy pizza cons.
Oh,
Oh,
cool.
awesome.
Yeah, and then I have the little hob and the one that's like all white with the like sketching on it.
Mhm.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Vinyl, like, software is an expensive hobby.
Oh, of
Even like
course.
more so than like Legion's figures, which aren't cheap. But I actually like if you go and find the like Godzilla and Ultraman ones at like Book Off or Kinokuniya, you can get those for like $15, and they're great and fun. Same sort of simple construction where like they'll have like a cut across the waist, and then like the arms will go up and down, and then the neck will
That's
turn.
pretty cool. That's
Yeah, we got
cool.
to get the cursed armor done up in vinyl. That's the dream.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I think
that'd
that
be
would be fun.
crazy.
I think
Yeah.
he'd be great, especially if you did him at like 4.5 or almost 5 inch. Like that'd be pretty big, but it'd be really cool because he's like that big dumb imposing villain. You
Do
know?
like this
Yeah.
one.
Well,
Like
that's
this.
yeah, 12-inch vinyl cursed
Yeah,
armor.
I'd
That'd
have to like
be
charge
crazy.
like $400 for this or something,
Yeah, that'd
something
be
That,
yeah,
stupid.
and like 850 for the full paint, but
Right,
that'd
right.
be kind of nice for you, premium toy dealer Gordon.
Although I will say this recent iteration that you figured out, Brett, with the flexible filament, the TPU, uh, it it's it's nearly captured every single detail that I was getting in resin. Um,
Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how that came out.
and is fully Glass compatible. So like if I go and take the new God Beast
Executive
figure
word.
here, pop the head off.
Oh yeah, look at that. That's excellent. Swaps right on.
that's so good. Yeah.
Yeah, so we have Glass at home now.
Yeah, we do have
Guys.
glass at home now. Yeah, we have glass. Yeah, here's Gordon's new Birdo Knight that I printed up in full TPU, and yeah, he's popping swapping.
Yeah, and
That's
it's
that's so
it's
good.
interesting that you found the drying the filament with that $30 like dehumidifier thing off Amazon was really the key to unlocking, the full detail out of the
You
TPU
know,
filament.
in a way, it's really amazing that when I just started to follow the manufacturer's instructions on drying the material like it's said to for 5 fucking years, it worked well. How
Who would have thought
strange.
reading the instructions on
Right?
stuff?
Yeah, yeah,
Is
yeah. The
that what I
class,
need to do?
yeah, classic dad behavior. Why would I read? I know how to print.
Right.
Yeah, but look at that. He's ready to go. He doesn't even need the light horse. He's got the mud belly.
Oh, that's
Excellent.
awesome, man.
Yeah,
Is
Yeah.
that what I need to do to get my TPU to work?
it might be.
Dude, it's totally worth the $30. Like it's well because you have the Flash Forge, right, Brandon?
I do,
Yeah.
and it refuses to print.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
His is like a different issue. Like it's not. It just like will grab it and eat and chew it up. Like it just doesn't
Yeah,
print it.
it
yikes.
That's
just
that.
it shoots out just clunks.
Yeah, that's why I think it might be an extruder issue. But if it's
Uh,
shooting out clumps, it could be a moisture issue. I truthfully don't know how to diagnose that issue.
I figured it's just probably the moisture, just because it'll start really well,
Yeah.
Okay.
But the minute it's like kind of a little higher up, it just starts like all patchy and like because
Hmm.
I'll print PLA no problem. Like anything will print
Yeah.
fine, you know.
Well, then it's probably not a gear drive issue then if you're printing the other plastics, no issue. I maybe try the dryer. I mean, because the stuff I've been able to get with it's like pretty nuts. Like look at the detail on that goblin.
Yeah, it's that color is awesome too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel dumb that I sent you some goblins that I printed because like
No, no, don't
behind me I
worry.
now just have just like it's like infinite goblins. I just
Yeah, we have goblins at home now.
Right?
they're just like everywhere. Just
Yeah, I mean, I
handfuls
definitely
of
went I
goblins.
definitely went a little overboard printing those, but they went to a good
I mean,
cause.
you can never have too many goblins, first of
Right,
all. So
right. I'm begging you, Gordon, you have to put like a diaper on them or something. I can't. I
You
see.
don't want the bare ass goblin just like
No, I
laying
can't.
around.
We cannot sell that at a children's
you
convention.
cannot
No. No,
goblin,
this is no.
goblin
I don't,
seats.
butts are
That
funny. What can I say?
that listen, that goblin is aware of the Epstein flight log. We, we have to cancel him.
All right, I'll see what I can do.
That's your sculpt. You do whatever you want.
Yeah. I want one of those thick goblins though.
Yeah, the thick, juicy goblin. Amazing. Yeah, I'm really pleased with that teal, though. I think the cursed
Yeah.
armor is probably the best figure I've printed with it. Which I so far is only a one of one with it. So Gordon is the
Hmm.
only one I've ran, but it did turn out pretty nuts.
Well, we should. I'm excited. Brandon, you got that new sculpt from Kenneth, right? Of your dude.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah. So
let's talk
we
about
have
that.
our fit. I mean, it's still the proto. I have to like put
Yeah,
the other material on, so he's a little wobbly. But the
there he is.
That's insane.
there you go.
Yeah,
Fully re-sculpted Reaver. So I call him
Reaver
Reaver
V2.
2.0. Yeah,
I
Yeah.
love the
Reaver
shoulder
V2
pads,
over
man.
here. Yeah, he gave him big shoulders, like
But he also captured like to me all the essential design pieces of the original thing of like this guy is clearly like yoked.
yeah,
Yeah,
he really took that like art that I had made and he really like put it out there, like I mean he worked like a wizard in like a few days he worked this up.
Hmm.
But I'm
Kenneth
really
truly
happy.
is a wizard. He's so
Truly,
good.
yeah.
He's
Yeah,
so talented.
yeah, friend of the pod.
Friend of the pod,
Right,
Kenneth West.
right. But yeah, like I'm really excited for this sculpting to like start printing and we're gonna use the TPU sockets that Brett's gonna help me out with.
They're all done. They're ready to go. I
Yep,
just got to I got to print the upper torso ones you sent me, but they're ready to
yep.
go.
So we're gonna do that, and I'm excited to kind of get like a couple out there,
Hmm.
and paint them up, and have them ready to hit the table and start playing.
Yeah.
That's going to be so fun. I what so do you have any other colorways lined up for him you're thinking about other than his initial
Um,
launch one?
so yeah, the Christmas colorway now.
Just to
So
spite Jesse D'Stasio.
Yeah.
right. So I'm just gonna do a colorway for every holiday now.
Yeah, who would do seasonal themed toys? Who would do such a
Right,
thing?
right,
Be sure to stay tuned for the new Christmas edition Pup Droid debuting at the end of this month.
right. Oh, I mean, is that real? Because that
That's
would be
real, yeah.
great.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, that's actually real. I'll do it at Christmas tree.
100%.
Yeah.
No,
I,
I'm a shill for the holidays. Yeah.
I was like that worked perfectly. You just put a little tree with some like ornaments on it.
Oh
Like,
yeah, I'm gonna hand lay ornaments on it. It's gonna be
oh
sick.
yeah. But colorway wise, there's a couple things I want to try out. Maybe like mess around with different effects or like maybe do some like battle damage or like different things. I just kind of like gotta draw them out and
Yeah,
see like what kind of sticks. But first, we want to get some original Reavers out there.
absolutely. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that updated one in hand. That's gonna be really nice.
Yeah, and I want to do some blanks for people who do want to just slap paint on him and do their own colorways. So that I
Oh,
want to see the most is I like seeing people paint stuff. So
No, that was what was so cool about like me sending you figures and then
yeah,
you doing those full figures like that, the Weeping Cursed Armor, or even those heads that I sent you recently of like I never would have thought to do a blue goblin, but like it looked totally rad.
yeah. Like you were actually one of the only people who repainted a blank Reaver, and I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. Like this is so good. I was like, it was awesome to see that because the blanks sold like very well.
Hmm.
And I was like, I haven't seen anybody paint it yet, you know. So I was like, that's awesome to see someone paint it and like and put it out there. So I was like, that's so cool.
Yes, I actually try to complete the projects that I start out on.
Right.
Not that I don't
Right.
have like tables everywhere here, just like covered in action figure
Yeah.
parts and like half built things.
They're safe for later, you know.
Right, right. Yeah.
Right.
That's why I leave them out, is to remind myself.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's something I'm really excited to start like popping out and stuff, you know. So especially like with the TPU joints, he'll be compatible with other toy lines and
Mhm.
things.
That's also a
So,
really fun thing to see is like when people start doing cross builds with your figures, like friend of the pod Chuck, uh, you know, the crazy shit that he gets up to both on his Instagram posts and then like on the Discord of, you know, pulling like an acid rain arm and then sticking it into like a cursed armor torso and then putting like, a battle tribe's head on it and then just
Yeah.
like
like making a whole new figure.
Mhm.
So that's definitely something I'm excited to see people do.
Yeah, well, it's going to be really cool because you'll get since Derek is also DSN 1014 friend of the pod, since he's also doing the TPU joints, you'll get some cross build options with Reaver and Sidewinder, which is really
Mhm.
cool. So, and those joints, there it
Oh
is,
yeah.
there it is. Does he have?
So
Is that an original or is that with the TPU joints?
so this is the original.
Okay, yeah, I
Yeah,
have. Where's mine at? He's floating around here somewhere.
yeah. So friend of the pod, Derek,
Here we go.
DSN on Instagram, right? DSN.
Yeah, ten
Yeah.
fourteen. Yeah, look
Yeah,
at
ten
that.
fourteen. These are
Yeah.
his. So that's pretty awesome. You have a sidewinder, and this is a shader.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty good. These are fantastic. I'd love to see you guys have them on again. Just saying.
Yeah.
He's
But
he's on the return guest list any day
yeah,
now. Any
but
day
yeah,
now.
I'm really hyped to have like Reaver hit the tables, and I definitely want to see like people do pictures and like kind of like see Reaver go on different adventures and stuff around.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. I'm pumped to get him in hand. I'm really excited to put him in my little station and have pictures of him in the canteen hanging out with everybody having drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I'm always about. So
Well, that's your upcoming project, right? That you've trying to get done for yourself as the well, not the cantina, the tavern,
the
right?
yes. So the next big project that's not a figure related that I'm doing is going to be a fully printed play set, and it is going to be a uh, basically just a fantasy tavern that'll have it's going to be my love letter to the creature cantina that Kenner put out in the early 70s or the late 70s at the beginning of Star Wars when it first launched. So very small place that, it'll hold like 3 to 5 4-inch figures. But yeah, it's something I want to do. So, but it'll be themed around my favorite part of Knights of the Slice, which is Jesse's Jagged Age, of course. But it'll have some crossplay, so anybody can show up in there. But I really want to do a fantasy tavern because I love world building and obviously I'm Aegis Station on Instagram and I did my space thing, but no one's doing fantasy, so I feel like I really need to tackle it.
Well, and I love your idea about putting the dimension portal as like one of the entrance ways, and so like Infinite Faden can just walk in and
Oh
like
yeah.
grab a pint next to First Mate Barnacle.
Yeah, first mate Barnacle and then Reaver is gonna show up and they're gonna have Ale and then Colgrim will show up and shoot everybody. So
Right.
yeah, no, I really want to tackle that. I think it's going to be fun. I got the initial design done for the wood planks for it. So it's basically a lot of Control C and Control V to get the
Mhm.
layout done. But it'll be a fun little project. I don't know when I'll have that done. I don't really have like a timetable, but hopefully, I mean, if nothing else, I'll have them for Toy Pizza Expo
Yeah,
26.
that'd be fun.
Yeah,
that sounds pretty awesome. Honestly, like I look forward to that because you don't see a lot of play sets out there anymore.
Hmm.
no,
So,
it'll be something like it's like actually playable. It's not like not that there's anything wrong with foam core. Like I love foam core diorama stuff, but like again, everything I make has to be play tested by a 3-year-old. So I got to make sure it'll survive him, and if it survives him, then I can feel comfortable to
Hmm.
sell it.
it's
Well, I think it's also interesting having that, working within a framework of working within restrictions of, okay, I have to work within like the design idea that this is a playset for children. Also, we're going to do it like 70s style Kenner, where it's the printed backdrop because
Yeah,
like we can't do injection molded like crazy background shit. and sort of how do you, it's almost like doing a set for like a theater play of
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
what do you need to kind of set the scene because the figures are the stars. You don't need like a bunch of shit that's I don't know, heavily sculpted in the playset. Although I love
I mean,
those.
yeah, I mean, there's going to be some insane sculpt stuff in it, and like I want to do like if I don't do a back like a cardboard or picture backdrop, I do want to do just like a wall that'll be double
Mhm.
sided. So if you have it flipped around, there'll just be a door on it, so you can have like a backdrop for outside shots,
Oh yeah.
which would be really cool, and it's probably the more pragmatic thing to do, so you get double use out of it. But part of me really wants to put in a fantasy backdrop, so it is that love letter to Kenner, but.
I
I
mean,
mean,
there's
I can
nothing to
drop in
say.
either one. I
Yeah,
can do both.
yeah, you could just have a swappable back piece.
Yeah. So and it'll probably have like the drop in effect similar to like anybody that's got my original portals, how I had those come in and out.
Yeah.
It'll be something kind of like that. But that'll be a really yeah, there it is. Oh, that's the V2 portal. Not too many people have those. But it'll be a really fun project. I think I'm gonna pull out all the stops for it. I want to do two-tone glow in the dark on the portal. Like I want to do red glow and blue glow. It's gonna be really ambitious and cost way too much time to do, but it'll be fun.
And that's a good thing for the colder months. Like that was my idea with my new dude, the the Bird Knight,
I
uh,
love the Bird Knight.
which I may go back to some further revisions. I'm actively working on a barbarian to go
Fuck
along with
yeah, let's
him.
go, dude.
Yes, that was that thick boy you posted in the Discord.
Dude, I am
Right, the thing
pumped
that
for
looked like
him.
a
Yes.
turkey. Uh,
Yeah.
I've made a
I
little
would.
bit
Again,
more progress on it, but
I I you need to upload it as it is, and I'll just back cut it and print it flat, and we'll just have the turkey body ready to
Right, just the
go.
oh, yeah,
turkey.
Yeah.
just like
Nah,
I had with like this weird initial version of the Night Dude
No,
where
I like that. No, that's like a cursed soldier. I like that. That's good.
well, actually, I think it's going to be good for just like a base body for other stuff because, that to me, this is like the biggest pain to engineer each time is to
Yep.
get them to sit flat and have the hips clear.
Oh,
Like
absolutely.
arms are super easy because, they just, it's a clean cut up
Yep.
and down.
No, hips are the worst. Yeah, that looks really good so far. I think you'll get a lot of mileage out of that initial sculpt too, because I know you like a frail, thin, like soldier type character, and that could work really well for some type of infected undead character, or that could really mesh
Or
well
you
if you go
just put it like
sci-fi.
a bubble helmet on him and he's
Yeah,
like one of those
exactly.
old like 50 style spacemen.
Oh yeah, yeah, that which would be awesome. That'd be so excellent.
so usually, since obviously you make like your character designs are usually like thinner, how do you feel doing like a thicker sculpt, like a thicker build character?
Oh, I mean, like I'm all for it. Like, the grab one of the goblins. Like, I did all the muscle sculpt in the goblin. Um, and so I
It's that
like
whole goblin ass.
Right?
so, but he's got like
He just
No,
swung
actually
it
no,
around.
no, I'm being
it's not
facetious.
coming
No, no,
through.
he is very roided for a goblin. Like he is
Well,
yoked.
yeah, he's a little cut. He's got like good back definition, and then like I tried to go in on the arms and get
Yeah,
in,
you get the muscle detail pretty like spot on with that.
and I'm like
Well, especially like at its clavicle too. Like you really did a great job getting that upper torso area right where his collarbone rests. Like it looks good.
And I think something that Jesse DeStasio like frequently mentions on the podcast that he does, but also like in the Discord or other on his Patreon, like doing figure drawing helps, and like going to the library and getting figure drawing books and just like how do the muscles actually attach. It's different than how action figures work, and like
Right.
using action figures from as your sole reference is actually it can get you into some weird design proportions and stuff. Like the human shoulder does not have a clean cut down
Right.
here.
Yeah.
The shoulder muscle here, the deltoid actually like attaches to the collarbone and then your shoulder blade on the back. and so it actually wraps around the entire torso. It's just when you're engineering an action figure, you have to make the joint work, so you just do a slice. But
But yeah, you did really good with that. Like that goblin reminds me of Arnold a little bit. No.
well, that's the other thing is like if you look at like real people like who have different body types, like people who like have the more muscle definition, like they tend to be kind of more squat proportioned. And
Yeah.
like I love the old school like Wolverine where he's like, you know, 5 heads tall where everyone else is like 7 or 8. Like that's what like a burly like fighter dude should look like.
Yeah, he was meant to be 5'3" and 340 pounds. That's the
Right.
way God intended Wolverine to
Right.
be. Hugh Jackman is too attractive to be Wolverine.
Right. It's-
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's fun to look at different things, and like that's something that I also admire about the Legion's sculpts is like they have good variety of different like body types and proportions to build from. Of like, they have those like lanky undead figures, but that those also kind of work for a wizard or someone. Or then
Hmm.
they have like the barbarian body types, or even like a step above that, like the ogres, who are just like, huge walls of muscle.
yeah. Like probably I really enjoy the dwarves from them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I really like their little scale and how they move and stuff. I'm
Hmm.
a big dwarf guy too. I like dwarves.
Me too, man.
Yeah. But yeah, that's and like the little goblin. I got to pick up a goblin because I didn't have one either.
Hmm.
Did you get the
Uh,
wizard? Is that what he was?
yeah, Swick or something like that. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah, he
yeah.
looks
Him.
great.
I got to grab him and stuff too, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, I like the difference in terms of their sculpts. Like you have small, lanky, and then you have like small, thicker. Like and then their newer figure I think is smaller, right? The like
Yeah.
gnome looking dude. Yeah,
Yeah, he looks great. The little barkeep gnome.
yeah.
He's
That
like
guy
a
looks pretty
prospector. He
awesome.
looks awesome.
Yeah,
That wave looks really fun.
no, it does. It does look very fun.
I love the big keg accessory you can get. Like that's it's so perfect.
I'm excited for that crab dude they showed.
He looks
That
crazy.
yeah, that is. I think for me, I was geeking out at Archon being released.
Which
Oh
one is
So
that?
yeah.
yes, so Archon was the dragon dude they showed.
Okay.
And so I geeked out for him because he's Joe Manganiello's D&D character.
Oh, nice.
So I was geeking out. Like I was like, I need like 1,000. Like this is too good. They got it really spot on too. Like the sculpt is so good. Like so, but like the crab dude, I liked a lot, and I like the whole theme with the whole like sea theme.
Yeah.
So like the walrus was really cool for me too.
Yeah, those look amazing. They remind me of the Tuskar from World of Warcraft because there's like a walrus race that lives in Northrend from my favorite WoW expansion, and I saw that and I was like, oh my God, that's perfect.
Hmm.
Those
Yeah,
look really good.
they're putting out some crazy stuff right
Yeah, it's a good time to be a fantasy fan. I really wish Boss Fight Studios was not putting all their fantasy stuff into 6 inch. It'd be great if they continued on with their 4 inch line, but such
You
is life.
just
That's why we
got to
have
go on,
Gordon's.
right. Or you can
Yeah.
go onto eBay and, find some of the vintage stuff too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, like the AD&D stuff is really good. But we have the knights at home now. We don't
Right.
even
Yeah.
need.
now.
Yeah, we
Yes,
have knights at home. So this
we
is
have
really begging for the Black Falcon color treaty from Lego. I'm really
Oh
dying to
yeah.
do one of those.
No, we got to do like we got to do some sort of collab thing where like you bring back the Lego Wizard and then we have my knight as like the Falcon and then you can do like I don't know,
Oh,
maybe a
I
skeleton like a full skeleton Barney Bones
oh yeah,
and
that'd be a
and
lot of
just like the
fun.
classic skeleton.
Yeah,
Have
but
have one of the
I was gonna say like I'll make sure that like I print the arms too big so they're actually floppy like the
yeah,
original Lego ones. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
you could have a little glow in the dark ooze to be like the ghost.
Yeah, this is
like
coming
that'd be
together
pretty
pretty
cool.
well. I like this. Yeah, and if we get the glow in the dark, we'll get double use out of the filament because I'll need it for the wizard wand from
Right, yeah,
Magisto. So
yeah,
yeah, I think we have a plan. All right, great.
Right,
Co-collab coming sometime 2026.
right.
right.
Make
parody. No intention to steal business from actual
Nope.
Lego
Nope.
Corporation.
No, we are not affiliated or
Right.
endorsed by Lego. However, we are affiliated by Super 7. So be sure to use my code in the bio.
Yeah.
Nice.
And there's actually some pretty cool recent stuff from Super 7. They have the second wave of the Micronauts line, right? By friend of the pod,
Yeah.
David White
David,
did some work on it.
yeah, MechaZone did the amazing work on those, and they just did the Daft Punk 2 pack if people were into that. So pretty cool. A lot of Sesame Street, I don't understand it. I don't know who that's for. That's a preschool line, and it is so expensive. I don't. Who is that for?
I still need to
But
go back and get the Universal Monsters, the Reaction Plus ones, though. I do
yeah,
want to get that the Gillman.
those are great. I just picked up the from the worst, the Tiger, but he's done in the Snaggletooth colorway
Oh, that's pretty cool.
from Kenner
Yeah.
Star Wars. So his accessory is not a weapon, but this is pretty spectacular. It is the arm of a other wrestler that he ripped off. So that's pretty fun. Yeah.
Oh, that's so
Yeah, look, there's the little stumpy bone there. Yeah. But they just did it black, so it looks like a blaster color. But like on the actual like main worst colors, like there's a little bit of blood on the stump, so it's pretty good. But this is a really fun sculpt. Like I'm not really a big wrestler guy, but he's pretty fantastic, and he's got like scratches all over him. Looks like he's been mauled.
Oh,
So
that's super
he's
fun.
pretty.
And
He's
that
really
to
cool.
me is like it's almost like an homage to the DIY scene of like everybody doing Kenner bootlegs
Oh yeah,
of
that's
like
exactly what this is.
we're going to take, some completely unrelated sculpt,
Oh yeah,
cast it and then repaint it as something from one of the Kenner Star Wars.
yeah, and I mean like the card art, Super Seven does the best card art, but like look how insane this is.
oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
It's so crazy. Like, and they had like the whole line is Star Wars themed from Kenner. Like, I love that they did Killer Bat as one of the AT drivers.
Oh,
Mhm.
that's so
That's
cool.
so good. Yeah, and
Did
of
you
course Captain Dead Star's Boba Fett. Because why wouldn't he be?
did you see any cool homages at Legion's Con, Brandon? I know there's a
There,
dude who did like the Battle Beast, right? As like
yeah, there was the
Those are
battle
sick.
beasts. There were the battle tribes. Someone did like full Mythic Legions figure with the battle tribes armor and everything.
oh
I
Yeah,
cool.
they
think
were
I think
scaled up. Yeah.
yeah, they were scaled up. There were a bunch. I saw like this really awesome like Thundercats, like the full Thundercats line. Like that
Hmm.
was pretty crazy. Um, damn, a lot. There was definitely a lot of homages. Like there wasn't a lot of like cosmic legions out there. Like this was
Hmm.
like pretty heavily just mythic legions. So that's one thing I did notice. But homages there were a lot. Like definitely like anything fantasy related, Star Wars colorways, some
Hmm.
Marvel like themes and stuff like that too. I think I saw like a little Galactus dwarf. Like
Oh, that's really
That's
cool.
funny.
yeah, so that was pretty cool too. But yeah,
It's
you go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's surprising to hear that there wasn't a big influence from Cosmic because I mean it feels like those were pretty popular when this first initially launched.
I mean, it just hasn't been around as long, right?
Yeah, that's
So
totally
there's
fair.
there's less of a parts library to pick from. But like I remember, I think there was when I went, someone had done a really cool like almost like Mad Max style custom pulling. I think one of the female heads from Cosmic Legions, and then like using some of the base parts and also pulling pieces from like the Mythic Legions
Oh, okay.
figure. So it was like she had like and I think they may have even done like a custom soft goods like leather jacket that had like the sleeve torn off,
Oh,
Mad Max
excellent.
style.
That's
But
really cool.
Oh, I just wanted to bring up too. I picked this up from I believe the Instagram is Syndicate Salvage.
oh, whoa.
Oh yeah, that is much bigger than I thought it was.
Yeah, so this I'm hoping that when this becomes like a production thing, they keep the size because
Hmm.
it's such a nice figure, like in hand. Like
Hmm.
it feels hefty. This is 3D printed.
Okay.
This was like their pretty much like their proto production that they were like selling off out there.
Hmm.
But like
And
yeah,
they're using Glyos for that.
yeah, they're gonna do GLiOS compatibility with the pegs and everything. It's like size
Wow.
wise, he's pretty similar, but he's just like a chunky
Dude, that
boy.
thing is a hog. It's
Yeah, that
huge.
reminds me of like the StarCraft
Yeah,
like
Terran.
Space Terrans. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like the articulation is pretty cool. Like in terms of joints, you got like ankle
Swivel.
swivel, rotation.
Hmm.
But yeah, like it's a pretty sick figure. And like I was talking to, like I'm very bad with names, especially icons. I was talking to the guy who was there for a while, and there was definitely a lot of passion with with the product.
Hmm.
So I was definitely hyped to see because we were talking for a little while, and he's got like aliens as well. So that's something pretty cool. And I'm definitely like interested in seeing how what they do with the line and like production wise.
So was
I
he set
have.
up in the like the big area with the rest of the like Legion's customizers, or was he in the Glycon
Yeah,
area?
so he was with all the Legion's customizers attached to uh Borderland Hordes who they do like custom sculpts for like Mythic Legions, but he
Okay,
had like a small section there because
cool.
I believe they're the ones who printed his figures for him, like 3D printed them.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but yeah, it was pretty cool honestly, like to see them because these are pretty awesome honestly. Like I want to get one just to paint up like a blank
Yeah.
because it's some pretty good sculpt work too.
Yeah, those look really intense. Some of those other heads I saw were crazy. They look like it looks like a dwarf space miner type head.
Oh, I think he actually he actually hooked me up with like a little freebie of
Oh,
that head
sick.
specifically. It's like on the other side of my room, but
Oh, you're all
but
good.
but yeah, that head was pretty cool too, and they had like a space and then like a Cthulhu looking head too.
Yeah, it's like a real interesting crossover where it's like sci-fi, but you also got Cthulhu hanging around with these like
Yeah,
space miner looking dudes. It's really cool. Like it's a cool thing you're not seeing a lot in science fiction. So I hope that does well. I mean, I always anytime I say Glyos project, I'm just like, yeah, I hope it kills it. Like there needs to be more of it.
that's true. We have Glass at home now though. So.
Right.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, we got that. We're making it ourselves. Yeah.
Well, and to me, part of the appeal of like, I don't know, more of these smaller indie makers is kind of like, I don't know, that you don't need necessarily a fan base in like the thousands or hundreds of thousands. Like, if you have like, I don't know, 500 or 600 people that are into your stuff, and like that can like allow you to do a new drop maybe once a year. Like that allows the freedom to do so much cooler, like weirder shit than if you got to be like Mattel or Hasbro and be like, spot on to the style sheet from whatever the latest, franchise release is.
Yeah, and you're not beholden to shareholder value or what markets are dictating, right? Like, oh well, there's a scale creep, so we better move this. Like Spin Master just did that with their Batman line. It's like
Mhm.
everything's 6 inch, we better move it to that. And it's like, well, that was like the really fantastic 3 3/4 line on the market, and it's
No,
done
no,
now.
give me 4-inch Mothman.
Yeah,
More Mothman,
more of that.
please.
Yeah, that's excellent. I'm still kicking myself for not getting that, but there'll be more colors.
think they're doing a I think they're doing a drop of leftovers soon.
Yeah, the 21st, I think,
Okay.
is what I saw. Marty and MJ are doing that. So
Although you probably, like me, are still hurting from all the recent releases.
drinking from a fire hose, brother.
Yeah.
It's too much. I can't no more. I got the holidays coming. I can't buy anything else for myself. I'm done.
Yeah,
Our cups runneth over.
Yeah, which is like,
yeah,
hey, great problem to have, but it's too much.
yeah. I'm hurting from Legion's Con, so
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, you got like what I you bought everything you bought at the show is like, oh, that's what I buy in a year. Like, oh my
right, yeah.
God.
But how I
And
justify it
yours,
to myself is like, okay, this is now a project. It's going to be a
Yes.
project for the next like 3 or
I
4 months that
I did get a lot of head sculpts, so
Mhm.
like I was like these are future projects, like
Right.
yeah, you
Is
showed me those fantastic sculpts you got of Vol'jin and Zul'jin from WoW, the trolls. Those look amazing.
yeah, those are so cool, but I need to figure out a body for them, like
I
I want some.
I have no idea what you'd put them on because like they like trolls in WoW have such a weird just aesthetic and articulation scheme in their self. Like they're hunched over with these big legs and these tripod fingers and feet. Like I guess like the closest thing I could think of that would work would be like Nightcrawler from X-Men, but it's not big. He's not big enough because they're like 8 feet
Oh
tall
yeah, they're like
when they
huge.
stand up.
Yeah.
They're giant.
I mean, we could just make one.
Oh
I
yeah,
could
yeah.
make one.
Uh,
I know a guy.
collab coming soon. No.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, we got the horde at home, guys.
Right.
I mean, that was part of the reason that I did that upscaled cursed armor to the like 7 inch scale was, to have something that I could use with larger figures like the Bandai Kamen Rider stuff I have, but works great with like Mythic Legions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I definitely need to get one of those 12-inch ones. Like,
The ones that take how long did this take you to print, Brett?
You
This
know, I would say a long time.
okay.
I think the torso was 15 hours,
Yeah.
but I slowed it down because I wanted to make sure it didn't fail and I didn't get any layer skips. So I mean, the flash forges can print really fast, but the faster you print, you have more margin for error.
No,
So
once you commit to like over 8 hours, it's like fuck it, slow it down. Like you
yeah,
don't want to
I'll
lose
start
it.
it. I'll start it now. It can run all night and all the time I'm at work, and I'll come home and it'll be done. So it's okay. That's
I
how
will
I always abide by it.
I will say though, I'm very happy that you convinced me to get that new Bamboo A1 Mini, and like it's way quieter than the
It's
Flash Forge.
isn't it quiet? Well, have you messed with any of the speed settings on it? Have you put it on silent mode? Because that thing is whisper quiet.
No, I haven't yet.
Yeah, next time you start a print, go to the speed settings. You have four settings. You have regular, which is 100, 50, which is it's silent, and then there's
Mhm.
one, I think it's 120 or 133, which is fast, and there's 166, which is ludicrous speed from Spaceballs. And I can't believe that's actually a setting, but it's on there. And it goes pretty quick, but the silent mode, it is very quiet. So you can print overnight with no issue.
It still freaks me out that the bed moves back and forth like
Yeah,
after having had the Flash Forge.
well, it's very funny because that's like a traditional bed slinger, how FDM had been for so many years, and it's funny that you're like, oh, this is alien to me. Whereas like having like a core axis printer with the Flash Forge was like your only point of reference. But I mean, that's just that's how it was for you.
Well,
It's
and
just
also
funny,
like if you think of starting out with a resin printer, like it's the same mechanical process
right?
of the thing going on the Z-axis where it goes up and down with
Exactly.
that.
Yeah, but for a bed slinger though, I mean, those bamboos, those little ones that for a 199, it's the best printer on the market. Anybody that's like, I want to get into printing, buy that one.
I do also like how it like ejects the little purge of filament like a bullet casing when it's warming up.
Oh, I gotta get you I have a file. I gotta send it to you. So there's a little slide you can put on so it'll catch it and it'll
I
drop
mean,
into a
it's fine.
basket.
I'm printing, that this like horrible fluorescent green, so it's pretty
Yeah,
easy to find.
right. Yeah, that the poop it extrudes is kind of annoying, but like especially when you get into multicolor, it's so wasteful. But
I
like
bet.
I have like a little catch and there's a basket I put below it, and it's just like this little basket of all these insane little colors. But
Mhm.
I'm trying to find a fun way to reuse that stuff. I've seen people get like candy molds or ice cube trays that are like of the Millennium Falcon or something.
I mean, you got to get yourself like one of these guys and just like fill them
But
full of little
yeah,
colored
exactly.
beads.
But I'd seen people take their like leftover colors, they'll throw them in there and they'll do a clear resin pour on it. So you get this
Oh,
real
that'd be
weird
cool.
rainbow effect on like a haunted carbonite or something,
Hmm.
which could be really fun to do. But again, it's just like, when the fuck am I going to have time to do that?
Yeah. Well, maybe you could hit up like Omnires or
Yeah.
Cool Cat Toy Co. One of our
One of our resin gurus.
resin gurus. Yeah, to do a resin pour for you.
Yeah, that would be kind of fun. That'd be a good way to reuse some of that plastic so it's not totally just sent to the landfill. But
we gotta get this pod sponsored by Bamboo.
brother, I we need a printer sponsorship. Super Seven's
Right,
done. I've made no money. Bamboo's in, baby.
right.
Bamboo, if you're
Look,
listening,
don't say
sponsor us.
that. Brian will
Right.
will come for us.
Yeah, Brian Flynn, send me some
Just,
merch.
just, just start
Send me
emailing.
some merch.
Just start sending emails out. Please sponsor us.
Dude, we should. That would actually be really funny if we just start shilling for sponsorships. Like, but it would be actually hysterical if we come on like next time and me and Gordon are just dripped out in Bamboo Labs swag. Like we just got sunglasses and the hat. Everything's like color coded gray, white, and green.
Exactly. Yeah. Or you guys just get on the pod and you go. Now we're sponsored by G Fuel.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the or like what are those there's like factor ready meals? Yeah, like that's
Oh, yeah.
those.
Oh, what's that like G Fuel knockoff? It's like Dubby or something like that.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
this episode of the DIY Toycast brought to you by BetterHelp.
great.
None
Let's
of
get
this
it
is
in
true.
here.
Stick it to the corporate
Right.
overlords. This is the fucking DIY Toycast.
Right. We sponsor ourselves here,
Right.
but we're
Yeah,
open to sponsors.
Right
no,
now, yeah.
yeah, Gordon, don't let Gordon speak for me. I'm a corporate shill. So, yeah, listen, I'm a whore. I'll take the money. It's fine. Gordon, well, he can have what he wants, and I want paid. So,
Well, since we're at this point, maybe we should do our plugs and then get on out of here. So
yeah, that sounds good.
yeah, I'll kick it off. So like you can find me here on YouTube where you're watching the DIY Toycast or on Instagram. I'm Vladimir the Badimir. Brandon, where can people find you?
You can find me mostly on Instagram at Divine Sir.
Awesome. And Brett, what do you got to shill?
Nothing. You can find me at Aegis Station on Instagram or aegisbazaar.bigcartel.com. Still some stuff left in the shop. That's really all I got left to shill. So Bamboo Lab sponsor us. We need free printers.
Hell yeah. See you guys next time.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.